wow, I look better in this video than I did in video 2. That's what happens with 10 hours of sleep and running the dimensions and getting all nice stuff. Okay. So we have the dimensions filled in. Quadruple 0 to 49. I lied. It took 3 videos. Oh my god. And this is where the Enochian magic comes in. You'll never understand because none of you are good enough. Dare to be a feather of good, dear Narcissa. I was like God saying, be a feather of me. How dare I make 6 videos with information and teachings and downloads, dimensions. My God. Like, the world will make space for my extra videos. Just a feather. That's still just a feather. That's what a beautiful teaching. All right. Got the egg. The egg scales, the yolk scales. This is the quick, cheap, and easy way. Go all of my dimensions, duplicate, and put in the yolk. So it's thicker and heavier. Feel it. If some of you are going, I don't like that, it feels cheap, I'm going to go do them separately, then that's what you shall do. Dare to be a feather of God. I want her to do them all over again in the yolk. I know, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can do 10-second version of every dimension in the yolk individually. And that feels more like dimensional mastery did. So quadruple 0. Triple 0. Double 0. Zero. Dimension 0. Dimension 1. Dimension 2. Potentiality. Dimension 3. Dimension 4. Dimension 5. Healing and unity consciousness coming in. I like the con, it's just us teaching. It takes away from the... It's so above us that we can never possibly understand it. Dimension 6. Soul. Dimension 7. Light. This is usually the dimension you bring in meditation space, right? And a few others. Dimension 9. Angelic spirit guides. Oh, nope, dimension 8. Sorry. Now into the past. I can hear all your guys' thoughts when you go, Khaleesi's crazy. Do you understand? I don't like her. Or I do like her. I can hear it. What she said didn't really apply to me. The amount of, like, reduction, believe me, Star has heard all of mine, too. The amount of reduction towards anything that I say does not contradict the truth of it. So whatever, it's a protection mechanism so you guys can fucking handle things. You're on a sinking ship. Should be nothing. Like, there should be no reduction to what I say. It should only be facilitation of enlightenment. Explaining away what I say with intelligence and better answers. There should be no excuses. It should be like, I know better than that because I actually time traveled. Instead of, oh my god. Actually researched the state of the ocean to see that there is almost no fucking coral left. Extinction Rebellion. Man, that's a low bar. We think that there's going to be a global extinction by the 2100. We have 100 years. Are you fucking... Go ask Michael Burry how much time we have. And then ask Michael Moore how much time we have. Because So those are two voices that I would be more inclined to listen to, because they have actually technically been right about really fucking awful things. And they're blessed by the Archangel Michael. Truth. Why is Michael Burry investing in a fucking almond farm? Okay. Now into the past. Oh, that was the spirit guide one. Dimension 9, spirit guides and celestial guidance. Every thought you guys send is a quantum thing that pings me and goes, ah! Nobody knows how to control their thoughts or even be aware of them. How do I dump those thoughts into the lava? And then investigate what is actually happening. Sort of be a robot. Your guys' internal dialogues of, it's like trying to reinvent the wheel. It's all completely narcissistic and usually hyper full of shit. It's everybody wanting to be some kind of snowflake instead of, that's exactly why I'd be born in Japan. My dreams matter, not when you're on a sinking ship. Dimension 10. Now into the future. Somebody goes, this is why we don't like the class. This is why you should like the class, because maybe if you understand this stuff, you might have the power to change it. Dimension 11. Dimension 12. Oh, Dimension 11's bones. Dimension 12. Muscle. Dimension 13. Nerve. Dimension 14. Respiratory. Dimension 16. Digestive. Dimension 17. Endocrine. Dimension 18. Reproductive. Dimension 19. Lymphatic. Oh my god. I got through the block. Yeah. Dimension 20. Urinary. Charlie's put his eye in this. 21. Charlie, that sucks. It's the Eye of Newt thing. Charlie, I'd rather see you have 2 eyes than put your eye in the yolk. No, I magically repair his eye. God. Really not a fan of mutilation. All right. Then we go. God, we'll regraft it. Oh. Okay. Somebody's like, they're regrafting it. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thank you. So that's when you can actually feel my gratitude. "21, invasive." "22, vortex recognition." "23, vortex amplification." "24, vortex closure." "25, vortex manipulation." I think the temperance card. "26. I have to look that one up. Pretty sure it's and before I even look at it, vortex polarity. I think of the devil. That's a good way to think of it. There's a couple things with the devil card. The twins, the lovers, it's the other polar, it's the polar edge, the double-edged sword of the lovers card. Then there's the God versus the devil polarity, and then the hermaphrodite polarity. So that's a good teaching. Okay, 27 before I look at it. It's going to be vortex creation. And go, energy booster. Boom. That's a light language shape, 27. And then it's the path of the tower, so that works too. And then we have 28. That is portal sensory. I got it. And we have BS Buzzer. 28 is the star, so it's gonna be like falling through the water. Portal sensory. And then 29. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Portal recognition. There was once upon a time when Brooke taught me light language. And I go, why does she not have all of the light language shapes and colors memorized? And I meant it. So I went home and I memorized all of them. But I never memorized the dimensions. So here I am. So we're learning them. We're not learning them together, but we're learning them together. Do you understand? But can you imagine if I didn't memorize the tree of life? Okay. That would be bad. That would be a tragedy. All right, portal stability. So Kabbalah 99 3/4 is going to be much better because everything will be set and memorized and deeper teachings. Portal stability, dimension 30. And we got 31, opening a portal. 32, portal uses. 33, invisibility. 'So in Dimensional Mastery, Star would actually go invisible. And you'd like see through her body, and you'd see the background, and it was red. And then we would like see through cups and stuff. We will get to that place, but that's not our priority. We will get to that place, though, believe me. I don't know how or when. So that's why this is a 3-year program. 34, visible projection. 35, holographic awareness. 36, holographic read. I like the speed this is going now. 37 is going to be holographic comprehension. It's a cookie cutter. $38, holographic setting. 39, holographic imprint. 40, holographic manipulation. 'I'm not going to push you guys to do advanced magic. I'm going to push you guys to do practical shit. And we allow the magic to unfold. And then I'll push you guys to do the work for it, though. That's the discipline training. All right. Holographic projection, 41. 42, kinesis. 43, energy kinesis. 44, thoughts. Go back to my wand. This is a thought. Just remember that. It's a thought that is calcified. Manifested. "45 words. So if you guys want to slaughter me with your shitty thoughts, just remember, you guys are off, like, it's open season for Baba G to come up behind your back and start slaying you. Or Jesus. Clean up your thoughts, you guys. There are no excuses. You should go, how do I clean up my thoughts? And write down a million ways. Write an essay on how to clean up your thoughts. Give 101 reasons and ways on how to clean up your thoughts and why you should do them. That's the homework assignment. And that should be the homework assignment. If you guys would ever think possibly you could ever get through Gryffindor or ever into Ravenclaw. Oh my God. The Gryffindors are the slow ones. You should have complete mastery over every single thought that goes through your entire brain. Why you had it, what the message and lesson was, and even if it was accurate or not, and in what dimension it was accurate. If you guys spent your entire lifetimes just cleaning up your thoughts, man, this planet might look like Pandora. That's what Kabbalah 300 will be for. Words. 45. Dimension 46, concepts. "47, internal. "48, internally graphed bones, microscopic fluid, or cells. If you throw yourself into the lava every day for a year, in the mind body, that would be a service. It'd be a disservice to humanity if you didn't. I spent every day for a year throwing Elijah in first. And myself. Best way to clean up karma. And the mental body. Okay, 48. And then the dragons appeared. 49, don't go there. Okay. Now, I can do this the cheap way, or we can do it the real way. Depends. But I will offer you a key, a stick, a wand. I want to call it the maypole. We're going to stick this maypole in the astral into the spine, into the spine of the yoke. So you'll see it. It might look like a wand wrapped with different colors, like a maypole, or different wires, maybe different snakes. Okay, maybe different dragons. Let's not get too heavy. Man. Maybe it has eggs on it. We stick it into the egg, and it starts bleeding in the elements: earth, water, air, fire. And you feel it. You ask yourself, is that cheap? Maybe the snakes start attached to the maypole, everything starts expanding. That starts to not feel cheap. The wires opening, expanding, blossoming. There are types of magic. There are magics out there that are not cheap. Okay? So layer it, layer it, layer it, layer it, layer it. Just the maypole elemental connection makes it feel not cheap, especially as they expand. But it felt cheap to begin with. Now you understand maple as a wand. Maybe you see the spiders starting to crawl and building the elemental connections into the egg and doing work from the goddess. This is why I do not like to kill spiders, even if I freak out for a second. I like to take them over to the table and then they can hang out and go off where they want to go off to. Killed a daddy long leg the other day and I didn't mean to. I vacuumed him up. It was not nice. I will clean up the webs. The awful cobwebs, the old static energy that's collecting dust. Someday I might learn better magic with it, other than just to clean it. Someday I might understand a closed-loop nature cycle. If you feel some of the elephant's elements are stronger than others, that's okay, we're doing it in the yolk. And now we will layer it, dimension by dimension, through the bottom of the egg. It's nice to do it in the yolk, right? The fun one. So we're starting with earth. We go from the bottom of the egg. But now you understand that even the trick maypole, it's not the same as doing all of it. But it's nice to have a combination. So there's like a masculine, feminine combo. Earth. All the way up to the top. And let it porcupine into the spine. Porcupine through the dragon scales. And create a metal mesh. Or layer the outside with the earth element. Okay? Yeah, that doesn't feel cheap. And then the maple adds like an extra spice. Water. I feel a Bender genome activating with that maple spice in the yolk. Crystallizing and it turns to ice. That's rad. Okay. Now we go air. God, I'm no longer air. Thank God. Because that's why you guys don't like me. Spent years being air, and nothing got done. Now I'm earth, but I'm a cunt. That's why the airbenders will always look like monks. But you can be a Korra or an avatar too, and attached to air and earth and water. Fire. And then we have fire. I really want to point out to Elijah Wood that this is what it looks like to not be filled with hot air. And not anything he's ever done, said, or anything. He finally said it. He's a dunce. Because even if I'm working with the element of air, teaching people how to use their minds, I show up day after day, day after day, day after day, and teach people or preach. Fire. Do you understand fire? Now, ether. And I'm getting a really nice, big, spirally ether snake coming in like a hose. It looks like gray clay. It should fill your body and the yolk. That's God's present to you as you begin into the house of Slytherin. That level of depth of ether energy coming through. When you sit through all of my scolding, you learn, you get through it, and you keep going, and God rewards you with gifts. But when you're irreverent and run off like a child, and continue to suckle off of Mother Earth's tit, you get nothing. What you guys don't understand is God would rather be V. It's in V for Vendetta. You're in Gaebra. Take down a building. God would rather be V than let, like, Natalie Portman's character get slaughtered by a bunch of insolent shits. There are no heroes on this planet. Because God... You guys can't even allow for them. Like, how dare I move to the Himalayas just to learn from a master? Like, oh my God, apparently that's too crazy. Small minds think alike. I just heard that. That was really cute. All right. I'm letting the ether fall to the top of the egg. With that clay. And boy, does it make it feel like every big decision I've ever made in my life was like this small. Man. Wow, perspective. I want to be an actress. I shall move to LA like no man has ever done before. Man, I'm making fun of people. But for me, that was a repressed thing, too. God, you know what it's like to live in LA around a bunch of fucking actors and go, I can't do that. It's so fucking dumb. All right. So, and then you join the acting world and you're like, oh, this sucks. I want to be a witch. A real one. Cat. Purple spirit goober jelly. It's the spirit element. The grape jelly spirit. There. I've got to say grape. That's what grounds it. Somebody says they feel their life is over. Hopefully in a good way. Like everything that ever was no longer is. You should have that with the sevens. There's an adventure spirit that comes in with pirates and Jake Sully, Peter Pan. And even Life of Pi, right? Grape jelly. I want to be a computer engineer. Man. Did I just make Steve Jobs look like an asshole? So did Yogananda. I will read Yogananda's book every year. Do you get it? Instead of being Yogananda, he's gonna read the book. Oh no, there's too much Hode in here. Man, that should never have happened. I should have the magic to prevent it. I pulled on it too deep. Come on, Khaleesi. Get it good. This class is cheap because that happened. All right, then we got ether, and we got spirit grape jelly, and then we got the lightning. Now when you feel the lightning through the grape jelly, it kind of feels good. Just feels like energy. Instead of like psycho shit like Zeus was doing earlier. Should feel tingly and stable, but unstable a little bit. I like being a little unstable and stable. Okay, so element of lightning coming through. Try to feel it through your heart. Not like it's Zuko. It's the electricity. It just feels good. And then we have We make sure there's metal mesh building on the outside of the egg, and then we make sure that the pearl jelly gets on the outside of that metal mesh. And then we go, oh, let's make sure there's another layer of the metal mesh and the black tar goo. That should clean up the psychic energy. Crap. The less of your guys' thoughts that I have to hear, the happier I get. I want to hear God's thoughts, my guide's thoughts. I want to hear from the peanut gallery. Unless you dare to be a feather of anything productive and send me an email. All right, so we got that black tar goo set up. Then, why haven't I emailed Monica Potter yet? Because I'm going to make her find me. She left me to starve on a beach also. She should suffer. There. Now you understand every Indian guru on the planet. Never expect them to come to you. Ever. It's called come to Jesus. Not Jesus come to rescue me. So let's break down the crazy. So then we go, what's the next element? Lightning, lava. And that's going to get scary real fast when it gets real. The other ones aren't going to be so much. The lava, man. It would be, as a dragon, you would want the power of lava. It's the job to master it. If you have to take out an entire city with it, you can. If you want to prevent an entire city from being destroyed with it, you can. Man. Okay, that feels nice. Now, metal. Metal became very cool instead of cruel. It can remind you of the Disney Tower instead of the Disney Music Hall instead of like people ending up on spikes. Think of Suyi and Beifong playing with the metal like artwork. Just the metal mesh in the Protego Totalum spell. Or on the outside of the egg to strengthen it. Metal is a natural substance. Remember, silver and gold is found in veins underneath the planet. We think of metal as man-made because, oh my God, silver. We're so divorced from like natural life. Okay. There we go. Then we go, what's next? This is my brain fart now. Metal. Then what's next? Wood. If you've done the 12 initiates, do the 12 initiations of mastery, please. And then on the 17 initiations, there's the wood wand gift. Find your wood for the wand, and then try to make that the alpha wood for the egg. Might look like a living home tree inside your egg or connected to it. So that your egg looks like something, like a rocket that's connected to a tree. So it might look like an egg on top of a stick, kind of like the maypole eggs. If some of you saw the eggs on the stick. So it's like an egg that's gonna hatch on a giant home tree. Man, I got real NETZACH real fast. That feels good. That tree might feel like it's 500 feet tall and roots in really deep. Because it does. Then it starts to crawl all over the neighborhood. Okay. That feels good. That cleans up all the Hode psychic energy. Man, get rid of the Hode pride. Yeah, we can build buildings. Man. All right. Noble House of Slytherin. Make sure the next metal mesh is wrapped around the egg. If the wood roots into the egg and plugs into the central column, we're good. It might be very refined. Okay, after wood, weather. Element of weather. I am the weather. Make sure your Slytherin scales are silver and green. Dispersed. Or silvery green. Okay. Imagine a rain cloud coming in. It's starting to rain. And then it's raining in the middle of your home temple egg. And imagine with your wand you can part the clouds. The sun comes out. And imagine a hurricane. And a typhoon. And a tidal wave. Imagine a tornado. There we go. That one's nice. A sandstorm. And blistering heat. Where you can see this, the ground melting. And I hear you guys just saying, yeah, all of our karma is just our problems. And imagine the snow. It should look like helms of awe coming off of clouds. This is your power of no and your power of now. Because at the end of the day, the Helm of Awe belongs to Gaebra and the dragons. Now, send all of those Helms of Awe to SeaWorld. And the Miami Seaquarium. If you throw any towards Trump, you're wasting your energy. Dispersion. Get something done. Don't fiddle. Sending the now to SeaWorld says something. Point of action. Free them now. What are you going to send to Trump? 5 million messages that make no sense because you got no education. This is divine intervention. You have to understand this teaching to do divine intervention. You need something specific to target. This is how to prevent a movement from not looking like shit. You have a specific action, specific destination. If I'm the weather, you guys are the weather too. If you... House of Slytherin, this is the job. You can use razor blades at SeaWorld. You can use fire. You can use whatever you want. They are evil pieces of shit in Hode. They have no say, no rights, no divine anything. Divinity. The only divinity that exists on this planet is like in Tiferet above all of you guys, so... And then Slytherins does the divinity of Hokmah. You guys can do whatever you want. All psychic attack is acceptable. Just remember, Babaji came after me for 3 days with razor blades. And is receiving no punishment in return. He receives a blessing instead. The only punishment is that he made me strong, and now I get to be his boss. Crap. See how I keep taking down NETZACH. Oh no. Don't worry, if it hasn't manifested yet, it will manifest in another year, or 3, or 5, or 10. Okay. So we send it. And this is our way of measuring exactly how strong we are, and what we need to do more, and why we failed. And we keep doing it, and we keep pushing. And we're not attached to the outcome. Okay, so we got weather. Since SeaWorld doesn't get to decide, why are you guys making them the weather? You guys are the weather. Where there's a witch, there's a way. So, next. NSOF. Now this should feel like gentle marshmallowy goodness. Hardly keep my I cannot keep my eyes open because it feels like a soft blanket. Now the black tar goo, and then we're good. Now, if you want to create the metal mesh around the yolk, do it. And then do the pearl jelly. Then do more metal mesh around the yolk. And then the black tar pearly goo jelly. And then another metal mesh around the yolk, and then dragon yolk. And then fill that up. Man, the way I look right now versus the first, it's not the same. Man. So. Metal mesh around the external egg, the master. Then we do the purple jelly. The metal mesh around that. And then the carmine red taffy tar jelly. And then the mermaidy charm phthalo green. Sparkle dust, and it calcifies it. It catalyzes it. It turns it into an acid. And then it turns it into a candy apple red. Because you're still seraphim. You're still in Gabriel training. Then we put the Peruvian dust, the phthalo blue, indigo phthalo blue, Peruvian darkness powder, and visibility charm dust. It should start cleaning up the psychic energy. Man, doesn't that make it be like, this is a law of attraction kind of deal? How do you prove the law of attraction? Like, the only people who are watching this video are the only people who have permission to. So if I can prove the law of attraction, that might be interesting. Okay. Red sparkle dust. Keep all the magics going. Then we have the dragon to burn it and create the dragon skin. Maybe if you want to throw the snake skin on the outside of this, it could be a good turn. See if you can find a new gel. Maybe it should be cobra acid gel. The cobra acid charm. To gel the snake skin to the egg. And then we have another dragon come in. That's cool. And I don't know who he is, but he's not happy that we didn't invite him. He's green too. He says he's olive juice's meat. It's like sage or something. Okay. We're good. So now we have that dragon skin burned on top of the cobra, or the snake skin, and the cobra acid charm. And then we go up. Maybe it's time to burn some sage. And then we're going to do the crystal yolk temple quickly in the initiation. Color run out.